What were some of the biggest issues that navigators and assisters were dealing with when they were working with consumers this past year?
They really fell into a few main areas. As you know, to qualify for premium tax credits, you have to it's a matter of your household size, your income, and your access to other coverage. And all of those pieces could regularly trip up people. How do I count who's in my household? Is it the grandson I'm caring for and is living here? Income, how do I project my income when I have variable hours or 3 different part-time jobs, or I just lost my job but I hope to get another one in the fall? And the third area was access to other coverage. I have an offer of retiree coverage that's great for me, but my spouse would have to pay too much. My employer coverage doesn't cover maternity benefits. Can I get out of that and get tax credits? And we saw variations on those 3 areas a lot in the questions we received.
I mean, it just seems to me that there's so many different situations that a navigator could be confronted with. I mean, can you share at all some of the complicated situations that navigators threw our way this year?
Well, for example, we had someone who was diagnosed with cancer and was eligible for a special Medicaid program that provides coverage for people who are diagnosed with breast cancer, but wanted to know if she could still get premium tax credits for health insurance. Does that Medicaid count? We had a lot of circumstances with households that weren't just the sort of nuclear family of mom, dad, and 2 kids. It was, grandmother's living in the house, or we're paying mom to care for grandmother, or, as I said, a grandchild in the house. There were a lot of different family arrangements, and understanding who counted for purposes of the household and whose income to count was very complicated and important, because that is the basis for your premium tax credit. And as you know, if you sort of get it wrong, either defining those pieces or estimating your income, you may be paying back a credit at the end of the year, which is difficult for these families. There was a lot of focus on the big push at the end for people to enroll and got through the door at the last minute, and those numbers were great. But as you said, they're still coming back to the navigator. Basically, the person that helped them enroll in coverage, if they have a problem or a question about that coverage, they're coming back to them. And surveys have shown that for the vast majority of assisters, they've had those folks come back with questions. And it may be my local doctor or community hospital is not in network, or I was just diagnosed with cancer and now all the doctors I'm supposed to see are not in network, or my drug is not covered. Can I change plans was often the question, and it's complicated. They cannot, and just sort of figuring out, now that I'm in this plan, how do I use the benefits? And those questions came back regularly to assisters. The other big chunk is people are still enrolling, and the special enrollment opportunities for people who have a change in circumstances, either they lost other coverage, their income changed, all sorts of situations will trigger a special enrollment period, and people are coming back with those changes in their life to say, is this an opportunity to change or newly enroll in coverage?
Right,